I'm exactly like you. I go to professional meetings and I have informal meetings with contacts and friends. But unfortunately lately, I meet many independent professionals that are upping their marketing efforts and especially networking as they work towards increasing their client portfolio. But what they do not realize is that they make many terrible mistakes in the zeal to sell themselves. They actually are poking a hole in their net while they increase their networking. Do you want to make sure you don't make the same mistakes? Keep watching. Hi there, I'm Itzik Amiel, the founder of the Power Networking Academy and the author of the best-selling book, The Attention Switch. Networking is a very important thing. Building a relationship for your business or your personal life is a daily challenge for every person. But you need to make sure to keep your sincerity and be authentic in all interaction with other people. In this video, I want to help you to avoid common mistakes many people do while trying to network and build their business. Recently, in an event I participated, I watched as a young man was introduced to two other participants. In a flash, he realized one of his new acquaintances was a senior employee and relative of a business owner he had been unsuccessful in selling on his services. This young man did not wait and quickly asked for a reference and introduction to the business owner. When his new acquaintance demurred, he insisted that the other person has to do it. That's what networking is all about, he said. Really? Big mistake. Please do not assume that an introduction to another person brought the right to ask for referrals from strangers. Most people won't refer someone they don't know or when they don't know a person work. So lesson number one, please do not ask on the first meeting to the other person, what can you do for me? To understand the second common mistake many people do while networking, let me share with you the following story. After a brief conversation I had at a networking event one evening, I started getting masses of sales solicitation from a man who obviously didn't know me, my business, my needs, or even where I lived. Most of the solicitation were for very expensive multiple services I never need. Is error? Assuming I use his services without finding out what I needed and then buttering me with to use him. Here's the strange part. Some of my clients could use him, but I'll never refer them and subject them to his aggressive sales methods. So remember, do not puke on your new contacts all your sales material. Pay attention to the following common mistake. A person that I know of well asks me every time I talk with her if I have work for her. Her request is always delivered with a tone of voice that's close to begging and over the edge of whining. It's as if when I have work, I somehow owe her some of it. The result, she will never get referral from me, even if she does complimentary work to mine. Her error is asking, implying I have an obligation to use her. Wrong approach for networking and building authentic relationships. Those of you who got a hold of my limited edition of my new book, The Attention Switch, know that one of the things that irritates me very much is misspelling of my name in an email. I remember not long ago receiving a personal note, obviously mass-produced, with my name spelled wrong. From a person I never met, he referred to a company I never heard of, suggesting how I could use his services in my business. Since then, I've heard of this person from two other acquaintances of mine. They seem impressed with his work. Even their positive experiences aren't enough to take the bad taste out of my mouth. What is his error? I sincerely value integrity. You don't presume a relationship that does not exist. I would rather have gotten an honest cold call from this person than getting all these stories which never existed. This one networking mistake really astonished me. Many years ago I got a phone call one afternoon asking me if I were really the Itzik Amiel who had been on the board of directors of a specific company. When I said yes, the voice on the phone identified himself, said he was a friend of a friend, and he wanted to meet the board of directors of the company, and would I tell him the names and the phone numbers of the directors I worked with, so he could contact them directly. I was in a total shock. Although I had heard of this person, I knew nothing of his work, what he had done, and barely knew the friend that he had referred me to him. When I explained that my policy was to only refer people when I knew their work and develop real relationships, he said I had to give him the names. That's what the networking was all about. Big mistake. He got the assumption again. I don't think I have an obligation to facilitate the marketing and or career of everyone who has just heard my name. I owe it to my contacts, to my relationships, and to myself to be careful who and how I refer. Remember, referrals are earned, not assumed, and the right to ask for a referral by establishing a relationship with another person. Let them get to know you and your work, understand who your contacts are, and how you can reciprocate and give them back. After all, it is all about giving authentic attention. Are you making more of these networking mistakes? Start correcting yourself immediately if you want to see better results from your networking efforts. Any ideas for other networking mistakes? Any personal stories to share? I want to hear from you. So please write your comments and input below this video. It is a great opportunity to share knowledge and start developing our own contact. I will answer personally any comments, any questions, so please feel free to send me an email with your input and possible other ideas. Thanks for listening and sharing a few minutes of your time with me. Until the next video, and when we meet face to face, live happily, proceed your dreams, and keep giving starting from today.